Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Hare Krishna, welcome to our channel, Bhagavad-gita. Here it is, because here it is, Bhagavad-gita as it is. We are reading translation and commentary of His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and my name is Latika. We are in the 7th chapter, Knowledge of the Absolute, and this goes from philosophical knowledge to poetic one-liners and everything in between. It's a beautiful chapter in the middle of the Bhagavad-gita, and I hope you will go through it with me. I'm going to read text 8. We will see some of these verses are shorter and some of them are longer, so we will see how far we get. This one is also very familiar. I think it wouldn't do us any harm to learn it by heart if that's the type of studying you are doing. Rasoham apsukaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayoho paranava sarva vedeshu shabdakhe purushang narishu. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So we can just stay with this verse for a moment and think of these different occurrences, and every time we come in contact with them we can think of Krishna. The taste of water, you cannot add it. If the water, like sometimes you find water maybe in a city where it has been going through the what you call them, the place where water gets cleaned, and then you add some chlorine. My English isn't always there when I want it, but you know what I mean. Water, it is not dangerous, it is not containing anything dangerous, but that pure taste of water isn't there. And actually the taste of water, that is all the taste, because that's the element that carries taste. And it is Krishna. We cannot create it. But when we have, on a warm, thirsty day, if we can find some pure spring water and drink it, then we can see that is Krishna. The light of the sun and the moon. Of course, we can substitute. We have electricity. We have street lights at night. It will never be the same. Sunlight gives so much. It's actually said it's helpful to the mind. We find that in the dark climates there is more depression because the sunlight isn't there doing its job. And moonlight has a very special quality. It is said that the moonlight gives taste and nourishment to when you're growing your vegetables, and it creates in a warm climate, because I don't have the problem of a warm climate. I'm in Sweden and there's everywhere is snow, but it gives cooling rays. It creates a different atmosphere, and we cannot imitate it. It is Krishna. The syllable Om in the Vedic mantras, which the mantras, they are many and diverse and have different meanings and functions and so on. But every mantra contains the syllable Om, because that is Krishna. And I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So whenever we're able to do something, we can say, yes, that is Krishna. Purport. This verse explains how the Lord is all-pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally. As the demigod in the sun is a person and is perceived by his all-pervading energy, the sunshine, so the Lord, although in his eternal abode, is perceived by his all-pervading diffusive energies. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorify the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. That is the way of perceiving the Supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and personal conception are simultaneously present in everything, and that there is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established his sublime doctrine, Achintya Bheda and Abheda Tattva, simultaneous oneness and difference. Oh yes, this is a wonderful point. Because the previous verse here, we were all about the old ages, the very old quarrel between personalists and impersonalists. But actually, as a personalist, there is no quarrel with the impersonal aspect of God. It's just like if you have sun and sunshine, they are both there. That is not a problem. The problem only occurs when somebody says, oh yes, the impersonal is the supreme and the personal aspect is just an illusion. Then we have a problem. Yes. But we can see, clearly we can see, appreciating the impersonal aspect of Krishna in everything is just another way of glorifying Krishna, because they come from him. So there is no contradiction, there is no opposition there. They are not mutually exclusive. They are both there. So Lord Chaitanya, that's what he did. He established this doctrine. He took, and yes, I do not prepare very much, because I have found if I sit down and read the Bhagavad-gita, that is a very good thing. And then naturally different aspects will come up and we will discuss them. But this I don't have. I know about it, but I don't have it in exactly what Lord Chaitanya did. There we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya. Sampradaya is the chain of disciplic succession, where one spiritual master initiates disciple, and some of them continue that service to bring that knowledge to the next generation. And we have 4 sampradayas. We have the Brahma Sampradaya that comes from Lord Brahma, and that is the sampradaya that we are presently in. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. There was Madhvacharya who was very prominent, and then Lord Chaitanya later came, and that's the branch of the Sampradaya that we are part of. Then we have the Rudra Sampradaya that is started by Lord Shiva, the Sri Sampradaya that is started by Lakshmi Devi, and the Kumara Sampradaya that is started by the 4 Kumaras. All great sages, part of the Vedic Puranic, the literature, they have been there for a very long time. And these 4 Sampradayas are all present today, and they all, at the time of Lord Chaitanya, they all had a conclusion, like a, I don't know how to say it, a motto, a vision, a description of the philosophy in a very condensed form. And Lord Chaitanya took all 4 of those, took something from each of them and joined them together. And this is the conclusion, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. That is how we understand Krishna, simultaneous oneness and different. At the same time, the living entities are one with Krishna and different from Krishna. You cannot say just one, because different schools of thought have focused more on one aspect or the other. Lord Chaitanya brings it together in this very condensed expression that includes everything. Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Simultaneous oneness and difference, inconceivably so. And that's why the philosophy of Krishna consciousness is not a utopia. It is very practical. It can be expressed in a very quick, short way, which actually includes all of reality. Because everything we see, as we have been hearing in some of these verses, it is Krishna's energy, so Krishna is there, but Krishna is also his own unique individual person. But we are also at the same time, we are not cut off from him, but we are individual living entities. So with all his other energies, they are his energies. So, how to say, the table is not Krishna, but it is of Krishna, it is part of Krishna. So am I, so are you. But Krishna is always there as an individual. willing to accept our service, and actually without us taking up that position, something will forever be lacking. The light of the sun and the moon is also originally emanating from the Brahma Jyotir, which is the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. And Pranava, or the Omkara, transcendental sound in the beginning of every Vedic hymn, addresses the Supreme Lord. Because the impersonalists are very much afraid of addressing the Supreme Lord Krishna by his innumerable names, they prefer to vibrate the transcendental sound Omkara. But they do not realize that Omkara is the sound representation of Krishna. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not know Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation, and ignorance of him is bondage. So, yes, I keep stopping when we have that sort of exclamations, trying to, how to say, cushion the impact, because this is the culture. We don't like those kind of statements. It is like this, but actually it is like this. So what can we do? Krishna is there. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are in this material world. Here we can identify with so many different cultures and traditions and schools of thoughts and religions, and that's all right. That's Prabhupada saying that we don't want to go and convert people. We're not converting Muslims to Hindus. We're not converting Hindus to Christianity. That is not the point. This Dharma is not a superficial Dharma. It's not a question of faith. It is not a question of tradition. It is a question of the soul's eternal nature in relationship to the Supreme. And that nature is eternal. That eternal doesn't mean we find religion and then we become eternal. We are already eternal. There is no beginning. The living entity has no beginning. And we have no end. But while we're in this material world, we go from body to body. We go from life to life, country to country, sometimes men, sometimes women, sometimes humans, sometimes animals. And we identify with whatever situation we find ourselves in. We identify with our culture, with our traditions, with our faith. The point is, we have equal respect for all the religions that aim towards establishing, re-establishing love of God, reawakening love of God. But we have to remember that the cultural trappings are temporary. We identify with them as long as we are in this specific body, in this specific culture. The relationship to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is eternal, that is forever. And that is reality. And when we forget that, that is illusion. That is actually the definition of illusion. So we mean no harm with that. We don't say that in order to, increase the importance of our specific line. No, we're saying this because that's the same absolute truth that is underlying in all religions and cultures and all forms of self-realization. And the more we have a firm grasp of that knowledge and a firm dedication to practicing the process for realizing this knowledge, the more we can find that single-minded determination, making sure that we will attain this realization in this lifetime. So, that's not a bug, it's a feature. It is actually a very good thing and a great opportunity for us in this lifetime. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. And of course, please come back. We're posting new videos every Tuesday and Friday, unless I forget, but then I bring them up the next day. Some links in the box for ordering your own Bhagavad-gita, finding a Hare Krishna temple, and unlimited room for question in the comment field. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for watching. We aim for updates every Tuesday and Friday. Please come back. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down there. We also have some links and information for you. And there is, of course, the subscribe button. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
I'm a Hare Krishna, and I approve this message. Subscribe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.